Alright, so I've been wanting to do one of these for a little while. This is basically what a tracker is. This is what I use to make beats. This is what it looks like with the simple basically like any other program for recording music or writing music, but you program in individual each fucking thing here. This is this track 1. So the hi-hats, I guess I can unmute them. So this would be the same as a MIDI sequencer, I suppose. Except for you have access to your instruments, so you can change them, I guess, on the fly if you wanted to. You have... Plus, I'm not using a MIDI keyboard. I'm using a... I don't know, a QWERTY keyboard. Hi-hats. So all your samples go here. I don't know what the hell that is, but... samples are basically automatically made into instruments. I don't know, when you put in a new sample in, they become your instruments. This is where you would put in your effects and stuff. So you could do... Oh, wait, what do we got here? So this is a MIDI. Yeah, this is obviously MIDI. Fucking instrument here. You can tell I brought one in. To bring those in, you have to come over to this general, and you would bring in instruments here. So this is Silkworm, and then you got... Well, that's the only one I got on here. It looks like I was just screwing around with a song or just some instruments and I was trying to make something. That's what I came up with, I guess. Fuck, I don't know, kind of weak. Gonna unmute all. These are your patterns. So then I got pattern 1. So it'll run through this whole pattern, which I made, what, 98 fucking little sections. Anyway, so how you would do this, I guess if you're going to start out, you go ahead and close this out here. Save changes to this shit? Probably not. No, I don't know. Why would I? This is one I already made new. I'm going to close this one out too just because, well, they don't automatically save as a new one when you make a new one anyway, so I don't have something sitting somewhere. I might have to just save it to the desktop to show you, but here we are. We're going to do new. You can just do control new. I imagine it would open with MPT module. This is these are old trackers. They have limitations and shit. I'm not sure what they are. Don't really care. Anyway, this is a new tracker. Nothing in it. There's nothing here. It's all clear, clean. This is your general shit, so you can control your channels, your volumes. You can actually throw effects. I can add in plugin effects. This actually comes with some effects of its own. These are plugins I've downloaded. But you do have ones that come with it. I think DirectX Media has its own effects. So you get echoes and just effects. You can just throw them on the track. So let's say if you bring in an effect. I'm not sure if I'm starting at the right spot. Maybe I should just bring in a sample here. So we'll bring in a sample. So you need sounds to make beats or music or fucking your dance club hip hop. No, well, no, like more like fucking EDM shit is what I'm thinking. This is what it originally was for, is EDM. I think, and actually it was designed to make music for video games and keep it to its lowest. Let's see. So what I'm doing, I have to look for this shit. This is like a fucking maze. Not works in progress. So I'm gonna go through here. Music. Oh fuck, what is it? Music in history? Yeah, music, and then music spelled with a Z. I'm pretty fucking sure. Yep. Oh my god. And then you got. Well, I might have to skip through this shit. Let's see here. Holy fuck. Okay, so we're going down to Elton's programs. Oh my god. Elton's music. Samples. Here we go. Oh shit. I can't believe I still remember this shit. It's crazy. So then we're looking through here. What we want. We probably start with some drum samples. I have custom drum. My original samples. Cool. So then we got drums. So these are my most used samples. This is probably why I have it in a folder like this, all the way deep down into the darkness of the corners of my hard drive here. Fuck, I don't know. Let's pick this kick. And that sucks. So I don't know why These are not most used. These must be ones that I've made. I do not normally choose something like that. So we're going to look at here. Give me a fucking real fucking... This is a bass drum of some kind. And that sucks too. Oh my god. It's not really a rim shot. These must be actual original. Oh my god. Alright. My kid just rolled over onto the floor and distracted me. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip ahead on this shit. Roland. I fucking recorded an acoustic. I recorded these acoustically, kind of. Dude, I like these. This is from a Roland piano that I had access to for a while. Thought they sounded kind of cool. Anyway, probably. Oof. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead here. Let's see here. Come on, why is there not a good fucking kick in here? It's kind of annoying as fuck. I don't have the kick that I normally use. I got hella snares. It's because they're original. That's what's going on here, right? Give me drum kits. Here we are. Drum kit 22. Kicks. Kick. Alright, that'll work just fine. Oh my god. As you make a new one... Okay, so these are not instruments yet. So I have no instruments. But once I make a new instrument, it's going to ask me to... So this is how I use this program. So you're pulling in sounds so you can get sounds. Back up here a little bit. We're going to go to... Oh, I guess we need a snare, so I guess we can do one of these. There's got to be a way to sample this so I don't have to... No, there's not. I don't know why the snare is called a kick. For sake of time, I'm just going to use one of these. I just don't like the way it sounds. We'll change it later. Because that's what's one of the things I like about this is you can you can change this. I don't know. This I actually really find this easy as fuck to use. So we go in and find a hi-hat. Da-da-da, hi-hat. Here's a hi-hat. I like to have another open hi-hat if there is an open hi-hat. That is, I don't know what the fuck that is. Might just use something like that. Fuck it. That sounds alright. Actually, that sounds tss. If I can get a tss sound in there. That might work. Whatever. Nope, that was not the... Ugh. Alright, here we are. We got a fucking kick, snare, hi-hat, hi-hat. Alright, there may be fine strings. We'll just get an instrument that's a string. And then we'll pull back up here. Let's see if I can remember where all this shit is. Fuck, where are we at here? Classical. I know there's some good shit in here. At least it sounds good. This is from a long time ago. Classic. Strings. Then we take... I'm looking for a C. This is a C. It has a C in the name. Must be a C. That is not what I'm looking for. There are ones that I have to have highlighted in here. You fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and drop down to fucking here, I guess. Okay, now we got a solid string. That actually sounds really cool. And I'm gonna go into, well, whatever. I'm gonna make a new sample. So I got strings, and then I'm bring in an instrument. So if I want to bring in a VST instrument, you come down here. So you go to the general tab over here. I guess this is what this is for, and you know, also your fucking multi-track fucking. You can adjust volumes and stuff like that, whatever. And then you put your plugins on your. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we got here. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure most of these are just free VST instruments that I've found. I know P8 has a lot of good shit. And then so what you do here is, I think at this point is where you'd want to, because you can't bring in a plugin here. This is just for samples. So like, let's say okay, here, say you have this. Let's say if you wanted to loop like the end of it. Oh, I hope I don't fuck it up doing this. This has been a while since I've done this. So you put, I think BIDI is where just you do set loop start, set loop end, and then so when you play it, if you want that to sustain or whatever, you know, you can do that. Set loop start. That BIDI, the difference between that BIDI and on is it'll loop like this if you don't do that. Whatever. The point is mute. You can I don't know why there's two of these. To be honest with you, I don't use all that shit. I hardly ever use something like... Actually, I've never used that. What I typically do... Okay, so now we want to actually do effects to these things. This is just so you can edit it. You can actually zoom in, but my scroll fucking thing is fucked. So I can't scroll in. But you can scroll and get really close to it, and you actually can line these wave files up to make that sound smooth, and this can loop forever. In case you have something that's a short sustain, so if you had something right here, and that was all it did, you can go ahead and loop it toward the end here. But if you zoom in... Oh yeah, there's a zoom button here. All right, let's say if I wanted to... this is just interesting. This is what I really like about the tracker, is that when you're working with it here, you can actually fuck with the wave file. So you could actually do something like this. See how this wave file right here is... I can see... God, I wish I had it. You know, I can see right where it ends here. So I could set loop start here, I guess, or whatever. See how this is like its own wave. See, you could even do something like this. This is going to sound a little weird, but see how this not exactly on? Whatever. Shit was going to give a Z sound. I knew it. But it was really odd. The closer you get this, if this wasn't just a single wave here, what you can do is run way over here, and then see where it connects to it again. And that's when you would do something like bitty. Then you get something like that. But when you pull it back further, obviously I'm way the fuck zoomed in. So you're hearing a click. You can refine that by getting real close and making sure it doesn't have that fucking stop there. My point is that you can do that. That's what the samples are for. Now we get into the instruments. Okay, apparently it automatically makes the samples into instruments, which is good. So, here's an interesting thing here. So it sounds like it... I don't know, how it cuts off. You can hear it cutting off. Now, new note action is to cut it. Unless you hold it down. Whatever. What I do is I fade it. Ugh. So it has a fade. And you can control how much it fades. For some reason I like to use about 1,000. Depending on what I'm doing here. For such long strings or whatever. Pretty quick fade. And I'll throw an echo on it. So if you go back to here where you can see the VST, oh this amp here. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this completely out of order here, I guess. But so you get your effects on this list. And you bring in something like well, I don't know. Let's go ahead and I like direct effects. I think it's because I'm used to them. Or actually, that has its original effects in here. What do we got going on here? Unsorted. I think it's these ones. There should be a delay. That's actually called echo. Imagine that. Who would have knew? I always offset this left and right. See how they're exactly the same? You can offset that just a little bit. It makes it stereo. So let's see. We go in here and let's say we're gonna. You know how that sounds. And we can throw an effect on here. Fuck, I don't remember how to do it. Oh yeah, plug in MIDI here. So we throw an echo on it. See, then now you got the echo. Sounds cooler if you're sustaining. Sounds cooler if you don't have a stupid ass fucking loop in it. I don't know why I still have that. Dumb. Anyway, that was for example. So now take off that loop. So you get a fuller sound. Okay, you don't want to drop an octave, but you feel me. Whoops. Cap lock's on. Just sounds fuller. And then you got the echo. Without the echo, you're back to... without that note fade, you're back to. So I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of freedom with this because I know how to use it. And I'm going to go ahead and put that all back to where it was because we're going to make something out of this. Nothing great, but we're just going to fuck around with it. You'll probably notice why a lot of my... Well, no, you won't because you don't listen to my music. So, all right, so we got the echo. We got the new note action back to note fade. And we're at 1,000, whatever the fuck that means, fade out. And then let's see here. I think I got an empty sample here. It should be 6. This is where I'd bring in. So if I want to bring in a VST instrument, so this Superwave F8 is a. It's a fucking VST instrument, which means it's like a separate program instrument. If you don't know what the fuck that is, it's basically its own fucking program, basically, that you bring in. Okay, this is not what I thought it was. I thought it was FM8. Which means I probably don't want to use that because I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how to use that shit. Go back here. Go to P8. I'm going to select from my list. And to bring these in, you have to drop them into a folder and everything. And that's a whole nother thing. FM8. That's what. Oh, you piece of shit. This mouse sucks, by the way. I'm going to have to. And so here we go. Go back into the instruments. The FM8 is already up. So that's a different one. So this is pretty nifty. And this, this is the reason why I bought a MIDI keyboard here, which I'm not using. I'm still using the. Still using the actual QWERTY keyboard. Sounds kind of cool, actually. There's not as much. Freedom, I don't feel like, with these MIDI sequencers on here. Why can't I see the scroll up and down button here? Am I tripping? Oh, I have to fucking set this. So the way that you can see the click track basically here. I think you can turn the metronome on. I guess that's how it's called a metronome, not a click track. But here we go. Oh my god, I have to remember how to fucking do this. Okay, default. No, linear clean. Okay, I'm not fucking with any of that right now. Trying to find the. Should be a little fucking thing up here somewhere. Tempo, clicks, beats per row. I don't know. Yeah, you got MIDI record up here. God, it's been so long since I've used this. I'll have to cut past what I'm saying now. So we're going to put a new. Fuck it. I'm just going to start and then I'll remember. This for me is not right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say I usually reserve the first 2 tracks. Actually, these are usually, I reserve these for instruments and shit. So I usually use about 4 tracks for a kick drum. Well, actually, just since we're doing simple, we'll do 8 to fucking 11 for a kick drum. 12 to 14, 12 to 15 for snare. And I'm going to go ahead and use 16 for a hi-hat. This is how you scroll through your samples. Actually, these are instruments, basically, but it's the samples, instruments, and really the same difference except for how you edit them. So I don't like that one. I'm going to snap your fucking hi-hat, and I'm going the wrong way here. Okay, here. So as I'm doing this, basically what I'm pressing is the A on my keyboard. And so that C is the note. So if you move up one, so if I push the S on my keyboard, I should have a fucking video camera doing this, showing you this. But yeah, so you got a C-5. The 5 is the octave. The 3 is the instrument. That number right there is the volume. So you got C, C sharp, D, D sharp. Simple. It looks complicated, but it's really fucking simple. So then I have it set so that my edit step is 6 because I like to do triplets. This is for some reason the format that works best for me, or I got stuck on it and that's how I do it now. So just tap it, let it step. See, I actually don't have this the default way it's supposed to be. I think, see, because you're not gonna get, it's not gonna come out right at 64 fucking little spaces. I don't even know what the fuck's called. See, it's not gonna come out right. I can't remember what it is because again, it's been a long ass time since I've done this. I'm gonna want a snare. Whoops, I'm fucking with the fucking. This volume thing is also, you can use it for. You can change the instrument in that little notch or whatever, and you can do all kinds of effects and stuff like that. I don't really like to use effects that way, but that's what, to each their own. Let's see. I'm gonna have to change this. So I'm gonna get a snare so I can hear out the fucking. 2 is definitely gonna be a snare. So I'm gonna pull a snare. 1, 2, 2. Yeah. If we're gonna do a snare on the 2 and 4, 2 and 3, whatever. Too drunk to fucking figure this out. Okay, so we're gonna put a snare here. Just kind of map out kind of how I can tell where my sequence is gonna end up. So I think what I go with is like 164, 128, 98. I think it's supposed to be 98 because I'm not doing it by 64 or by multiples of. It's 96. Let's see here. Pretty sure they should line up. And then I get a full fucking. I think that's a 4 bar. I don't know. So let's just copy and paste this. Just like with anything else. Control C, Control V. So super easy. Basically, my fucking samples over here. Number 2. Number 3. Then you see correlated over here. 2 and 3. Metronome is the thing. So I always start out with the metronome like this, to be honest with you, just so I can keep the time behind it. Or I always just start it with the drums. You can turn on the metronome, but I use it so very fucking little. I always program the hi-hats and snares first that I don't even remember where the fuck it's at. Initial tempo 125 ticks per row. See, this messes with also, you can change the highlights and the way your shit's formatted. This is just how I do mine. You can change this like every other 4 little fucking things, and it's kind of weird. It's different, I guess, from whatever the fuck you're probably using, if you're using anything. So I guess we'll stay at 125 or 124, whatever the fuck it was at. Oh my god, this mouse sucks. Anyway, so we start from there. I'm gonna go ahead and copy these snares, I guess, or claps. I guess maybe that's a clap. I like the hi-hat to be way down. The snare maybe not so high. This is not a stereo snare. God. So I don't prefer this type of snare. I'll probably change that if I gave a shit, but I really don't. This is just to show you. So then we go back and throw in a kick. The kick is going to be here. So I don't know. Let's say if I was going to go something simple. If I don't want to follow the song. So let's say I want to program it while it's playing and kind of fuck with it and change things while it's playing through. I just unclick this follow the song thing here. Oops. If you want it to loop this pattern, these are patterns. So I can go through and kind of fuck with this. What I do is just copy and paste until I get a basic layout. Let's see here. What the hell's going on there? Why don't I have a secondary highlight? So like how this is highlighted, there should be a secondary highlight. I just have not used this program for so long. I haven't done all the settings to this. Really slow beat. Whatever. Oh my god. My mouse sucks. So I'm highlighting this, or right-clicking, highlighting select column. You would think I would know the shortcut. I see it every time I do it, but I've never thought to reach my hand across the keyboard to hit Control L or just never seemed easier to do it that way. So simple. Sounds really fucking what do you call that? Fucking computery or whatnot. This is just the basic layout. So usually I get a little bit more complicated with it. I'll go through here and probably. So for something like this, if I was just doing this just to fucking get a rhythm, for these ones I tend to like bring this up an octave, or maybe bring it up to where it's just a snappier, and then I could run this through. So I run this. The reason why I lay mine out like this is that you run it in triplets mostly. So you got. This is honestly like too slow of a tempo. I don't know, fuck, 150. And I always try to up my tempos to the next increment. So if I wanted something slower, I will probably actually double the tempo, multiply that by 2, this tempo, whatever, and then fucking drop it and slow it down from there. Whatever. I just try to get as many on so I can actually make this as fast as it can be. So this to me is kind of slow. So I don't have a lot of options of the increments I can put in, you know. So this these little triplets are, you know, yeah, see the downside of that. See, like, what if I want to put see, now I don't have the option for the slots to make that sound right. So I actually just put in this little extra delay. I know it's SD1 or SD2. It's just from out of my head. I just know it. It's a note delay 2 ticks. Whatever that even means. See, and then you get the get some shit like that. So if I needed to do like, if I really wanted that to go like this and go all fast. Actually, I'm not sure how that's gonna function. I don't think that's gonna work right. Oh, it does. Nice. All right, so whatever, simple shit. I'm just trying to make it more complicated. A lot of times I'll do another thing too with these snares or claps, especially when it's not stereo. I don't mono drums just they don't sound right. They sound like a drum loop. So let's see. What am I doing? Select column, transpose. This I really should know the keyboard shortcut, but I don't. Quantize settings. Oh my god, I got into that because I don't use a MIDI keyboard. What? Why am I not having a transpose fucking option here? Select column, transpose. It's right here. Oh my god. So I'll probably up this like an octave or something. You don't really notice until you want to go with an offbeat for like a little fill or something. So then let's say if you want like kind of a fill here. I'm not even sure I'm putting that in the right spot, but just to get it off. You know, something like that. You want it to sound like a rim shot. You just transpose it up an octave and you get something like that. I always like to do something a little bit fancier than that. Where am I going to want this? Okay, hold up. Yeah, see, some stupid ass simple shit like that just makes all the difference in the world. You just start randomizing it a little bit. But you know what? You want that offbeat or whatever the fuck. Anyway. That's the basic of it. And then also, I guess, too, if you really don't like a fucking snare not being mono, you can go ahead and transpose, like, maybe even just up, I don't know, one note. I'm not sure. I feel like that's kind of stupid to do. But it's how you kind of trick the system, I guess, or whatever. 12 and 13. So you come over here to your general tab. 12 and 13. I wish they were next to each other. Why aren't they next to each other? It's gonna make it more annoying when I could also fucking name it snare pan left lift. I don't know. So I'm gonna turn this to the left. In fact, I don't think that's gonna work right either. Too. I just realized that. Whatever. And then we're gonna turn 13. Oh my god, 13 over here to the right to some degree. This is actually just gonna make you hear a little bit higher pitch in this. Whatever. It's been a while. But it does give you that stereo sound. Without that, this snare sounds like this. It's all centered. And then you just throw that in there. Something like that. Oops. How did that... Did any of those both pan right? Snare pan left? 12, 13? Something's weird about that. I did this backwards. Oh my god, I swear, I just hallucinated somebody running out of my backyard a minute ago, so... Whatever. What is... Spacebar doesn't stop it? Wow. I guess that's the difference between this and every other program in existence. I'm used to spacebar stopping it. Alright, go ahead and, we're gonna fuck with this, these strings. I see people do this a lot with, like Ableton or every fucking thing out there when they're, like, showing you how to put chords and stuff. And, like, this is how you do this and that. I just start with a fucking... That is not what I'm trying to start with. What the hell am I looking at here? Here's my string. 5 should be my string. Okay, it is. So I already have an echo on that. So you can put the echo on the actual instrument itself, or you can put it on the channel. Usually when I put it on the channel, it's like secondary. Let's say if I want this snare to have an echo. Can I do that from here? No, I can't. So it's 12 and 13. Let's say if I wanted to put the same echo. This is going to sound stupid and ridiculous on a snare. It's a fucking echo. But let's just say I did. I can go ahead and throw it on here. That's the effect of the echo, 12 and 13, and then we go right here. Oh, no wonder. I see what I did. Okay, so now you got an echo on those snares. It's going to sound stupid. An echo like that. You want a reverb or something if you're going to try to fancy up the fucking snare, not an echo. And you're not going to want it very long-lived. And you're not going to want it very loud, I would imagine. So we start with that C. And then, let me just make a little fucking run up. Let's go with, I always, for some reason, always resort to a, what the fuck is happening? To a C minor chord. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Here, I'm gonna just play it through. Am I following the song? Let's not follow it. Sometimes a build is better. So if you don't want to actually fucking program it in while you're playing it, just click this fucking button here. It's this little red one. It's the arm track, apparently. Yeah. Let me see what. Whatever, this is like played out, but whatever. I go up, down. So let's say I want to take this whole fucking thing. I select the entire pattern I got here. Control C, copy it. So this makes a new one. Insert pattern. And you get a new one. It's fucking same thing. So what am I doing? I'm gonna go up. So it's the same pattern, but I don't really want it to be the same pattern anyway. Oh, you bastard. This mouse. I want this note to change. Okay, I also want that last note to change. Click on this pattern, go to the second note. This is going to be a higher note. There you get something like this. Oh, I keep thinking I can hit the space bar to stop it. It's kind of stupid that that doesn't do that. Thinking about it now. the downside of using a tracker, I guess. So let's say if I want this same sound right here to be my snare, because I want this to happen for the snare at the very end. It's going to be the last fill for the snare. So I'm going to fill this in here. I'm just going to copy and paste that. Then I just change the instrument to what the snare instrument is that too. And you can go ahead and change the names up here. I just haven't done that. See, and change the instrument and choose 2 over here. And is this that same octave? See, you check the octave, whatever. Let's see what happens if I just play that right here. Bastard. That sounds stupid. But it's kind of what I'm trying to do. So I want this to be up because I know what I kind of know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go ahead and octave that up because I want that to sound like a rim shot, and so I'm basically doing it the cheesy, cheap, simple way, the chimp way. So this should sound a little bit smoother. And obviously that SD2 isn't accurate. I'm too fucked up for this. Maybe it is. I don't know. I could have avoided this by making this double the length. So 96 times 2. That should be how long these are, and then double the tempo. So I don't have to do this weird nudging here. So you can actually do that. So this is an interesting thing too. So I do want if I do want this to be fucking, I could do times 2. Boom. Okay, and then I think I can select the pattern and expand it or some shit like that. Grow selection. Yeah, I think I just doubled it. So then it'll be twice as slow. And then you just double the tempo over here. So 150, well, that's 300. Well, you math gurus. Just kidding. Then you gotta do stupid little tricks like that. So I could pull these all out and do this. Then, like, you see that you're really getting into the fucking nitty gritty of it. Whatever, I'm just gonna fill these and then delete those. And then I'm gonna copy and paste. So I know that this is what I want to do. Boom, get rid of that. Boom, get rid of that. So then you get something a little bit. See, it sounds so much rather than fucking around with that shit. Oh my god, even out, bitch. If you want to do it that way, which now I'm obligated to do it that way. Okay, this is how I would do it. Okay, this looks more right to me, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and double this one. And then, wait, did I even do that? Why does it look like I'm not scrolling fucking 96? Oh, this mouse is fucking pissing me off. Yeah, I didn't do it right. Yeah, so we'll double this to 128, is it? Times 2, 192. And then, go ahead and select the pattern. And then what, grow it. I wonder if I could just grow it without actually stretching that out. I'm going to give this a shot because I can always edit undo. Go ahead and divide that by 2. Then I can select the pattern and, oh, I already have it selected, dumbass. And then we're going to grow it and see what it does. Grow selection. See, it did not do it. So Control Z is always the same for everyone. So you actually have to multiply that by 2 and then grow the pattern. Whoops, select the pattern. Oh my god, this mouse sucks. It's really the mouse, it's not me, I promise. And then what we got here is grow pattern. I guess grow selection. And then instead of going to reprogram and all that shit, just copy and paste it from here. But what the whole reason we're doing this is because I wanted those snares to sound right. The fake rim shots, or the snarish rim shot sounding rim shot snarey sounds. Gonna just delete that. And fuck, I might as well just program them in here. But I know this is an octave high, so we're looking at instrument number 2. So that's close. I just look at the instrument that this is. These are my snares. I don't really have them labeled or nothing. It would be easier if I did that. Again, I'm just doing this on a whim because I'm bored. So anybody who gives a shit, sweet, good for you. Crap. Okay, this is the button. What the fuck is happening? Okay, here it is. So what am I gonna do? I need a secondary highlight here. This is ridiculous. So we do something like that. Maybe get a last fill. I just fuck it. This would be the velocity on a MIDI sequence. So I don't know. Take that down to half. Kind of randomize them. I don't know. It's weird how much of a difference it makes. But is this really want these? I'm curious what happens if I put them down here instead. This used to be really fun for me. Pushing spacebar doesn't stop it for some reason. Just to emphasize how retarded that is. I never really noticed that. Can I say retarded? I don't know. I just did. Oh my god, what are we looking for here? So I've never really used VST instruments with these, with any of this. I've never done that really before. Well, maybe more recently, but I don't know. I started using this program when I was like 13 years old, and it looked much different than this, by the way. But it was the same shit, same concept. Let's see what we got going on here. That's what I got in my head. That's the offbeat. So when you're programming these, so what is this? Is the type of instrument that when you're playing one note, is if you push another note while it's playing that note, it'll actually move it. It'll slide it up. But if you just hit a new one, it won't. This will consider it hitting a new one. It'll cut itself off and hit a new one. So what I want it to do is not that. So since I know the note's hitting already, I need it to be interrupted by a new note played by itself, if that makes any sense. What the fuck is happening here? What, I can't edit it without pushing this button? Hey, this thing updates sometimes. I haven't used this thing in like fucking, I don't know. Who knows? So then I'm just going to move these over here, I guess. So this will take up 2 tracks, but you also have to gonna exit, whatever. I guess it's a little more complicated than using a sequencer. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. I use the insert button a lot, so if I want to move those down, I just push insert this many spaces. Oh, okay, I guess that many spaces. Wait, what the fuck? Hold up, let me think what's in my head. I'm gonna want that down further too. Oh my god. I gotta think. Nope, I want that down further. That was what was in my head. Now I'm just playing with it. I don't know. So see, this is where fucking with a MIDI keyboard would actually be a lot funner. So I'm not doing this on a QWERTY keyboard. Okay, I like what I just played. But it'd be nice if I was just playing it. You can do that, by the way. If I want to throw this in here and put record, would you like? It's not following the song. Oh my god. It just never really works out for me doing it this way. I always just program them in because this is how I learned how to do it. See, I'm already having issues with it. Not really how I prefer to do it, but... No, it's never exactly on either. But I guess I can kind of see what I was trying to do. See, they're not even in the right place. Maybe it's just because I can't play. You don't have to be able to play. It's just a tracker. So we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna change this to... Oh, fuck it. I guess this is for people who don't really know how to play. Maybe I was not like you need to know how to play to use a MIDI sequencer either. A lot of people don't really know how to play. I don't know. To be honest with you, when you're using a QWERTY keyboard too, there's no delay, so you're never gonna really get it right. This is very good. I have fun with it. So I hear something in my head, and it gives me a chance to jam to it. So if I'm writing lyrics or something, what am I doing with this shit? So I don't need to be there no more. I'm just curious if I do some shit like that. See, the downside with the MIDI is you can't bring in effects on top of the MIDI. So it is what it is, unless you go and mess with the MIDI itself. Which you can do. I think that with this one, I could go in here and attributes. So this has got... Since this specific fucking FM8, so I got options here. Reverb and delay. So you can actually go in and play with the sound here like how you would with your VST instruments. I want more louder delay on that. I also want it to not sound so mono. So what, throw a phaser on it? Not that, maybe a flange. And then a stereo separation. Oh. Not getting a chorus delay, flange. Oh, I was trying to work with a flange anyway. Rotate. See, I want it stereo. Am I tripping? Am I not hearing the stereo and it is stereo? My headphones got a fucking fuck up part on it. If I want the stereo, I want fucking left and right delay here, or a change. Oh yeah. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, some kind of fucking stereo. I don't really need this to be very stereo. It's fucking barely do. -1, +1. It doesn't matter which way you go. Okay, I want this fucking echo to be... So what is there? I actually want that. That's fine. Okay, what I'm really actually looking for here is a delay. An echo. I'm gonna want that down on the bottom. Oh, I guess you can't get to choose that, do you? Well, that's the problem with... Not really the problem, but... We want stereo. There we go. So I don't know what it's gonna sound like, right? Unless I'm hearing the rest of the music with it. I don't know, basics. Grab a bass line, drop it in, notes, such and junk and stuff. Oh yeah, and also I can't fucking not do the next pattern. So I don't know, I just copy and paste here. So I know that 5 and 6, you're gonna want to label these things too. I'm talking to myself at this point. If you ever actually give a shit about trying to use a fucking tracker. Good God. It's my mouse. It's not the program. So think in my head, well, do I really want that to drop down with that one though? Kind of sounds like it has to, because that sounds like fucking whack shit right there. I don't know. Just get it away from the note, maybe at a 5th. So I'm about to go da-na-na. That's how I see it. I hear it in my head. It's got quite a fucking... And I also want that to come up an octave. I don't know. We'll see. Leads have always been weird to me. I guess we'll just follow straight with it. Fuck, I don't know. Am I staying on that same one? Because I don't want them to interrupt each other. So what I do... Well, what you have to do... Oh my god, this mouse sucks. Boom. Just basically move it over to the next track. Which is going to be weird because it's going to follow up with this one. So it's going to cancel itself out. I have to piss like one motherfucking pissing motherfucking racehorse right now. We're going to... I guess we're going to save it somewhere. What are we at? Archive. I guess fucking desktop. I think that's the right place. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save this as, I don't know, tutorial? I'm a horrible tutorialer. So, what we're still gonna do it though. Tutorialer. Horialer. I'll throw you on a broiler. I'm a horrible tutorialer. Probably a long video, I don't even know. It fucking took a lot longer to jack. I'll cut it up maybe. I probably won't. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna upload it like it is. Hey, but you know, you got what you got. Simple stuff. Any questions? Blah blah blah. I don't give a shit. Ask somebody else. I'm out.